financial structure of the whole world. Within just a few months, the COVID-19 crisis has had far-reaching effects. Job loss, the closure of the business, and stock crashes are just some of the effects due to this global pandemic. It doesn't seem like the immunity of our job or business are as reliable as it used to be. Although the world is facing the challenge of COVID-19, as Albert Einstein once said, in the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity. Yet, many of us must be wondering, what are the business opportunities out there that we can capitalize on? Or what is the gap in the economic crisis due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so that we can build immunity toward the next crisis? So tonight, we are very privileged to have 3 speakers from different professions to share with us their insights about the business opportunity in this 21st century. So before I introduce the first speaker up on the screen, let me share with you her background. She graduated from Monash University with a degree in food science and technology. At the age of 18, she started her own entrepreneurship and always believed that by starting her own business and earning a passive income is the way to pursue her dream. Currently, she's attached with a multinational, fast-moving consumer goods in quality control department, handling several markets such as Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Papua New Guinea, and some other European countries. She is a humble lady with vision and knows what she really wants, even at a very young age. So without any further ado, let us welcome Miss Christine Pang up on the screen. Let's welcome Miss Christine.
Hi everyone. Allow me to share my screen. It's very good to see all of you here tonight. Hi everyone, and thank you to the MC, Mr. Alex Lai, for such a generous introduction about me. I am a graduate with a degree in food science and technology, and I'm currently working in a multinational company in the quality assurance department. My job nature is to ensure the quality of food products under my supervision. So being in my job, I handle a lot of different markets around the world. And I love the nature of my job very much, especially analyzing the development and quality of the products. Though I love my job very much, at this young age, I find something missing in my life. So I started my journey of venturing into entrepreneurship. So when I ventured into entrepreneurship at a young age of 18, I thought things were very simple. As long as you have passion and perseverance, you will definitely make it. But little did I realize there are other criteria that needed to be fulfilled, such as capital, product research and development, people management, and so on. It is not easy. In the end, I let go of the business with a very heavy heart and focused on my studies. Then I graduated and I went for a job interview, and I landed with a corporate job. I thought my job could provide everything I wanted, but I realized that it is not as beautiful as I thought it would be. The 9-to-5 job was a pure rat race for me, and it has taken away my precious time. Do you know that the most precious time is when we are 20 to 55 years old? I do not have the intention of working until the end of retirement age. And I believe most of us young people would think of the same as well. And that is when I think life could be much better if I can own my own business. And it is only through owning my own business I can fill in the gap in whatever crisis ahead. Now, as all of us are experiencing the ongoing pandemic, we have to be aware of the impact of COVID-19 on our global economy. This pandemic has caused disturbance in our politics, social life, economy, religion, and finances around the world. Stock markets take its toll and oil prices drop for the very first time. Now, according to the New York Post, international travel has been banned currently, and the travel industry might not have returned to normal, for at least 3 years. And according to experts, it will take a very long time in order for the airline industry to bounce back from the pandemic damages. And as stated by the Free Malaysia Today News, there will be more retrenchments happening after Raya. And as stated over here, there will be around 2 million people who may lose their job, including fresh graduates. As the trend has changed, and economists are predicting that entrepreneurs will strive during these hard times, and there will be a loss of glamour in paper qualifications. In other terms, people will leverage their skills to operate e-commerce and home-based business. This will be the upcoming business trend, and therefore there will be more people being unemployed as the workforce is being replaced with technology. So, what would be the overall impact in the business industry? Now, this is a statistics by an analytical economy company, and this shows that the industries that are highly exposed to global recession are very greatly affected during the global COVID-19. For example, such as the entertainment and tourism industry. In every adversity, there is an opportunity. Despite the economic challenges that most businesses are facing, there are still industries who have positive effects, such as the internet service companies that are related to e-commerce. Now, all of you have seen all this news today, and I'm not here to advocate any fear motivation, just that I sincerely hope that this information can give us a wake-up call, that owning another source of income or owning our own business is filling the gap in the economic crisis, including the good times or bad times. Now, a lot of people thought that having a job can ultimately provide us the security that we wanted. However, you look around us nowadays, many people are currently worried about their job security, especially whether their income is sustainable to provide to their family. So, job security is a myth. Do you agree with me? During these times of uncertainties, many corporations will start to tighten their expenses, and they may result in retrenchment. Does our job really have the immunity to global recession? And is our job and business recession-proof? Currently, it is important for us to become entrepreneurs. And are we looking for an opportunity to become an entrepreneur? The question we gotta ask ourselves is, what is the difference between a job and an entrepreneur? A lot of people don't realize that a job can only provide us with income. Income capacity means the ability to earn money. However, it is only decided by our employer. So in this world, there are employees and entrepreneurs. So why do people want to own their own business? It is because it can provide us with earning capacity. Our earning capacity is depending on our own effort. So that means we get to decide how much we want to earn. And the sky is the limit. I think it is better for us to decide how much we can earn, rather than letting other people decide how much we can earn, right? So currently, where are you now? Some of us are studying, as I'm aware there are students in this Zoom meeting. And most of us, students, we rely on our parents for pocket money. Some of us are preoccupied with our job, and some of us are unoccupied with our job as well, enjoying a break. So there are people in the retirement community as well, relying on the retirement funds EPF to survive. A few of us wanted to go into doing business, but we don't know which business to go into. And some of us here are investors as well as business owners. In whatever position we are currently in, are we really ready to face any economic uncertainties? Do we really have the funds to support our welfare during bad times? And we may be taking our life for granted during the good times. Do we realize that this mentality will give us a very difficult situation during the bad times? So all of us, what are we currently looking for? Are we looking for a job or an income? Or looking for a change in something we are not satisfied about? So there are also individuals that are looking into additional income streams to support the family. And most of us are looking for the opportunity to become an entrepreneur. Some people may just want to mix around with the community, to spend time and to get recognition, to be well accepted in the community as well. Now, besides all these areas that we are currently looking for, one of the areas that we should always look into are health, wealth, freedom, and security important to us while we are pursuing our life career. When we are young, we will not realize that we are sacrificing our health for wealth. But when we are old, we may have to sacrifice our wealth for health. And how nice if we could have all of this health and wealth at the same time. And most people do not think of it as they are busy pursuing their career. But nevertheless, this is something that we cannot deny. So why do we need to choose entrepreneurship? In terms of rewards, there is no income barrier. And this is one of the best ways to fill in the gap in any economic crisis. However, it depends whether our business venture is recession-proof. By owning our own business, we can actually decide how much we want to earn because it is depending on our effort that we put in. As an entrepreneur, the second most interesting part is the flexibility to run our business. And besides, the good news is we can have our own freedom and independence as well. I believe most of us young people here, we would like to be passionate about the things we do and take on the challenges in the business. And some of us hold on to the principle of values as well. And then my value is to help other people live a better life in building my own Amway business and even during good times or bad times. Now let's look at the requirements to start the business. In any businesses, investment plays a very important role. So people have big dreams, and how can all of us here have business without any investments? Investments doesn't necessarily be monetary investments. It also includes time, effort, experience, and our own context as well. Besides, we have to come up with a good business plan to cater to the market. And another good thing is we have to be an expert in the business, especially in product development. It is very important in a business that the products should be available all year round and must have a market demands for it. And then most products that follow the trend will not last long and will be a great challenge to the business owner. Besides all this, there are other factors that we have to think of. For example, sources of raw materials, logistics, research and development as well. In terms of marketing, now, it doesn't mean packaging only. It also means marketing online, and it has been the latest trend in this 21st century. Of course, we must also remember we have to stay competitive in the industry, connected and relevant as well. In other words, we must always remember to be able to compete in the marketplace. lastly, we have to know how far we can tolerate the risk and can we persevere in running the business. These are what we have to know before we become an entrepreneur. Currently, what choices do we have right now? Because of the limitations and how far we can tolerate business requirements, it will determine how successful we are in business and also in entrepreneurship as well. The second point that we have to consider is, are we really ready to accept failure? You gotta understand, investments are from our hard-earned money, or we loan from the bank or other people. And what if the business cannot work out due to competition or other circumstances? And that is why most people continue to look around and dare not start a business. Sometimes life is not as smooth sailing as we thought it would be. And now let me explain it to you. What this diagram is all about. First of all, we have to understand what is disposable income. According to the Oxford Dictionary, disposable income means income remaining after deduction of taxes and social security charges, available to be spent or saved as one wishes. Now, if you look at most life stages, when we were young and below 20 years old, most people are living a stress-free life because each time our parents will support us financially. So this can be the happiest moment for most people, as they do not have much commitment. As we grow older, we realize that we can only save some money from the age of 20s to 30s. And yes, our commitment is not that high during this time. However, things start to change when we get married and start to have a family. Not only that, then we will be taking care of 3 generations. First, our parents, ourselves, and then our children as well. It seems that our earnings may not cope with the commitments that we have, as our main source of income is actually decided by our superior. So when we turn 40 to 50, things can be better as our children have grown up and started working. It somehow has lowered down the commitment level, and that is a point when we can have some earnings and savings as well. Unfortunately, when we reach our retirement age, even though our commitment level has been lowered, we may not have enough income to support our daily expenses unless we have other alternatives. Most people have to depend on their retirement funds until their old age. Majority of people finish their retirement funds within 3 years after retirement. And if you look at the statistics here, many people can't even retire even when they are 60 years old. So the important question we gotta ask ourselves is, do we want to follow majority of people who are struggling to survive, or being the minority who can achieve financial freedom and true security? So what choices do we have right now? As we know, the economic cycle is a trend we cannot avoid. And because of that reason, do you have a solid plan to curb this period of uncertainty? The very important question I want to ask is, are we on the right vehicle to achieve our goals? Now, the biggest regrets in life is when we don't achieve the things we have planned when we were young. And based on research, the 3 biggest regrets that people may have is not resolving a family estrangement, spending too much time worrying, and not taking enough chances. All of us here are given one opportunity to be here on earth. And because of that reason, we must treasure each and every single moment of our life to seize the opportunities given to us and make the best out of it. As as long as we are not taking things for granted and making the right choices, we can live a better life. I sincerely hope that you will seize the opportunity given to you today and make your dreams come true. Thank you very much, and I'll now pass it back to the MC, Mr. Alex Line.
Thank you very much, Miss Christine Pang, for your fantastic sharing. So, what is the vehicle that can actually help us to achieve our life goal in this 21st century? COVID-19 pandemic has transformed many businesses into digitalization. Technology will start to replace manpower, and many businesses that are unable to cope with the digital transformation are facing huge challenges. Besides that, many jobs are also being replaced by the emergence of technology. Hence, we are very privileged tonight to have the second speaker to share with us how we could actually capitalize on a digital platform that can cope with the economic challenges and at the same time following the trend in the marketplace. So before I introduce him up on the screen, let me share with you a little bit of his background. By profession, he's a law graduate from University of London and also one of the top performing students in A-level during those days. He came from a professional background family, whereas his father is an engineer, his mother and brother are chartered accountants, and his sister is a medical doctor specialized in dermatology. At the age of 23, he is the business consultant for one of the multinational companies in Malaysia. Yet, he still believes that being a professional, there is always a limitation. So after investigating and researching about the market trend in this 21st century, he found out that this digital platform is the gap in this economic crisis. So before we welcome him up on the screen, let us welcome a very fantastic video talking about the digital transformation of this company. Let's welcome the video.
In China, social e-commerce has seen enormous development in recent years. The WeChat platform has allowed users with more than 1.2 billion. However, within Amway, we found that the ABO's first-year renewal rate continues to drop, and most of them are more concerned with recruiting new people, which affect Amway's reputation. In September 2018, the Amway 3E platform was born, supported by China's sophisticated social e-commerce technology. What is 3E? It stands for Easy, Early, Earning. Grassroots ABOs can earn the referrals commission in an early stage through an easy selling way. The products on 3E are not only affordable, but also socially shareable. And since September 2018, 66 SKUs have been launched fast in a wide range category. Earn the referral commissions by sharing store link and selling the products. The more you sell, the more you earn. On 3E platform, more benefits are offered, including free delivery for the first order of FOA, Jingdong logistics support, and reassured after-sales service. With the launch of 3E, now ABOs can focus more on social selling. 3E also strives to increase loyal buyers. Till now, 3.4 million FOAs have registered, and over 370,000 ABOs earned referral commission. Total $9.7 million referral commission has been generated. Let's look forward the promising future of Amway 3E.
Now, I know that this is the moment that every one of us has been waiting for. So without any further ado, let us welcome Mr. David Su up on the screen. Let's welcome.
Hi everyone, good evening. Wow, I'm so happy to be able to share with all of you here tonight. So thank you so much, Mr. Alex, for such such a wonderful and kind introduction. It's been some time, since I've been introduced by one of my best friends, Mr. Alex. And I would like to say hi to everyone. I see a lot of us is from different countries. We have friends from Singapore, Brunei, Australia, Indonesia, Taiwan, and also everywhere in Malaysia. No matter where you are, no matter where you are from, I would like to say hello. I'm so happy. You know why? It's been so long since I ever see a smile from a person's face without a face mask. So we can only do that in Zoom, isn't it? So hi everyone, and I believe all of you is convinced that no matter what your life stages, it's very important to act now to be an entrepreneur. Now, why? Because if you are young, you can actually, when you succeed young, you can actually benefit 2 generations. And if you are at the later stages of life, more adult, more senior, I would like to say you are at the right, you are at the best, even the best age. Because if you succeed, you set the best example for all your future generation, and you'll benefit their future life. And while I see a lot of people say, hey David, hello. Okay, so most importantly, okay, I would like to say thank you to Miss Christine for what a wonderful sharing just now. Okay, so I believe all of you here have now know that we have to be an entrepreneur now, and I believe all of you are convinced. So before I go further to share my sharing, so let me share my slide for a moment. I believe every one of us have already know that we must be an entrepreneur, and you're really convinced by such a wonderful sharing by Miss Christine. So to be able to know what industry that we should be in, what kind of attitude, what kind of insight, what kind of foresight that we should have to build a future, a business that can last for future, forever and ever. First of all, we must look at what happened currently and what will happen in the future. So now I believe everyone knows the big foot of the planet is the COVID-19 pandemic currently. So what are the changes that is brought by this global pandemic? Number one, this is what I'm most thankful for. People are starting to improve on the value of life. During this kind of period, our health are being treasured more than ever before. Last time, whenever I go to a pharmacy, people never queue. Even if people queue to buy skincare, buy masks. Nowadays, finally I can see people are more taking care of their health. They gather around in the health side to find things to make their health better. And also, people are more crisis aware. A lot of people lost their job. A lot of people that graduate can't find a job. A lot of people have their pay cut. A lot of people have their allowance cut. A lot of people are in debt. A lot of people have their interest accumulated up. Even worse, some people have their pay lost. It's being retrenched, it's being fired, it's being sacked. But what is most important is finally people are more crisis aware than ever. This is very, very important so that all of us will understand that we need to act fast. No matter what a crisis is, we need to adapt. Just like our COVID-19, they adapt. That's why they can infect us. And then the importance of moving online. Okay, most consumers, experiences are moving to online, which is social media. Okay, I remember one of the best quote from my mentor. If your business cannot transfer from offline to online 100%, 100% cannot be 99.99, 100%, then you are in deep danger. No matter you are employee or you are employer or your business owner. If your employer or your business couldn't transform 100%, then you are in really big danger. I will share why. Alright, and it's now people need to realize that traditional method won't work out anymore. Why? You see nowadays, people that sell fish is no longer fishmongers. Who are they? Actor, actress, and whatnot. People that sell lipstick are no longer a cosmetic, a beauty consultant is already started to be actors. And nowadays, people, the way people buy products are no longer go to the counter. They go to their laptop or their phone. Alright, that's why the world are changing. Alright, and if you don't change, let me tell you, one of the good news is that COVID-19 is changing our lifestyle and ways we do things for the next 10 years. Why is this a good news for me? Because if you adapt now, if you act now and you change, in these 10 years, you build a foundation that forever and ever belongs to you. Why I say so? Later I will tell you a lot of examples of a country, a company that only hold on to one their impact to the whole world forever and ever. I will show some example now. If you don't change, what will happen? The future, this in Chinese I will translate, the future 10 years is going to be AI era. AI is going to replace 70% of the workforce. And this COVID-19 global pandemic has actually made this even sooner. Let me give you an example. Huawei has actually come up with AI technology that is supplied to a lot of Ministry of Health for them to be easier to communicate, to transfer data, to exchange information, so that the Ministry of Health has the best information, the most current information to act fast. Okay, Malaysia is one of them. Malaysia act very fast because they make use of the fastest of technology. So if you think that your business is going, if your industry is going to be replaced even by 10% of your brain, AI can replace 10% of your brain, it's already enough to replace you forever. You know why? Previously, some of the in profession that is impossible to be touched. What are they? Doctor, lawyer, accountant, everyone need that. Nowadays, what is the thing that people cannot lack? Multimedia. You know why? Let me show you why. Every night, especially in this COVID-19, everyone will stick to the news to see the news reporter. The world is changing. I'm not saying that lawyers or doctors or accountants are going to be no job forever and ever. It's just that the number that is needed will reduce by at least 70%. Okay? That's why we must act fast to adapt. And of course, if we adapt, we can survive in this current era and we can strive in this current era. Alright? So now we understand about the AI is going to come. So what's the business trend currently? That's what I want to tell you. If you get out of one industrial era, you can actually hold on to the world for a very, very long time. Okay, currently we are halfway of, I would say 50 to 60% in Industry 4.0. The climax is coming. Alright, so let's start from Industry 1.0, the first industrial revolution. On the first industrial revolution, it's a steam era. A lot of ships, a lot of people use the coal to move the train and everything. At the 1800 years, remember who is the one that made use of this industrial revolution? British. That's why the Great British Empire conquered the whole world. Have you ever watched Commonwealth Games? It's like Olympic. Every country is inside there. Okay? That's why they built the Great British Empire. Up to today, England, their economy is untouchable. It's very hard to crash them. And what else? At the second industrial revolution, what industry comes along? Mass production. We start to use oil, a lot of natural resources to fasten out the process of building of producing stuff. What countries right? US and Europe. That's why you see US and Europe. It's impossible to touch them. It's very hard. The economy is too strong. And on the third industrial revolution, this is a very short industrial revolution. But who gets hold of this opportunity? This is a time where robotic manufacturing comes. China comes. Why? China become the biggest exporter of the world. They have the nickname of the global factory. That's why today, on the fourth industrial revolution, Industry 4.0, they are using AI, big data, a lot of technology combined to produce a lot of products. That's why you can see today, Industry 4.0, China has gained use of this opportunity, and you can see a lot of companies starting to grow, starting to boom on China. Who are they? Alibaba. Who are they? Taobao. Who are they? A lot of companies. Huawei. They can threaten a whole country to act on them. That's why if you only need to get the opportunity from one industry, you can also strive. This is not what I say. It's from one of the most successful person. Jack Ma. Later I will show the true sentence. No worries. I always show proof because I study law. Okay. So Industry 4.0. What are they? You see a lot of things changing. Nowadays, people want to go to see a house. They want to experience a new travel agency, a new travel spot. They don't go find it straight away. They wear a big goggle, augmented reality, virtual reality to see first. Nowadays, doctors don't learn. Doctors don't go to university and operate straight away. People do what? People wear the virtual reality, the big goggle to feel the feeling of doing an operation. Nowadays the world is changing, and nowadays people are going online more. Okay, and cyber security is more important than ever. That's why. And let me tell you, social media. If you get out of this social media technology, it will build forever. Let's look at in 2018, what happened in 1 internet minutes. So look at these few boxes that I put: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, and also online spending. And you see the numbers. And look at how much it's grown in only 1 year, 2019. And I believe in 2020, this year, it will be even much more. According to statistics, 2020, in only this half year, only 5 months, the online usage have already doubled up compared to the previous year. That's why it's already very, very, if you don't get out of this social media technology, I will only say one thing: you will miss out this opportunity. This is a fantastic opportunity. Look at how much it improved. Facebook 973,000 login per minute to 1 million login, and Netflix 3 times growth. And what else? Instagram 3 times growth. Online spending 1.5 times growth. This is a big growth in only a year. Imagine online spending in 1 minute from 2018 to 2019 grew by $100,000 in a minute. How about in an hour? How about in a day? That's a few billions a day. You don't need to take so much. You take 1%. You are already one of the most powerful force in the whole world. All right. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Okay. And then you can see why I say so. You can see this in Chinese word because it's from China. Alibaba, Jack Ma, the founder of 11 November, the Singles Day, he made use of this opportunity, made use of online, made use of Industry 4.0. In only 1 day, he generated up to $165.9 billion in a day. I will tell you a lot of oil company, one of the biggest industry. Oil company need some of the biggest oil company need to take weeks to do so. Biggest, it take weeks to do so. Jack Ma, 1 day to do so much. And imagine if there's an industry 4.0, if you don't use the technology, if Jack Ma didn't use the technology, all these packages how to deliver, all this money how to go into your bank. Impossible. You want to pay also cannot internet traffic jam. People want to pay you, but you don't want to accept. I cannot accept anymore. That's why. And you can see they use so many technology to do it. Only 1 human, 2 human. A few human is there only. Okay, so let's hear it from this one. Check mark. The next 30 years must not be the world of internet companies anymore. No more Microsoft. It's not Microsoft, Windows, Google, or Facebook era anymore. It's the world of company that have mastered internet technology. As you can see, Alibaba, 1 day, so much sales. That's what I think. It's a world of companies, and it's a world of country that have mastered internet technology. Look at China, look at South Korea, look at Japan, look at the Netherlands. Their business is growing, and China, look at a president has to sign an executive order. It's an emergency order to control them, to threaten them. And it's also the world of young people, or I would say not only young people, everyone who have mastered the internet technology. A lot of people say, you're one single individual, what can you do? I will tell you what can you do. A single individual can actually damage a lot of public listed multinational branded company. This is Austin Li Jiaqi. In Chinese, Li Jiaqi. He's a China person. Very, very young. He has a nickname of Lipstick King. In an event, 5 minutes, he sold up to 15,000 lipstick, and these lipstick are not all those cheap lipstick, Armani, YSL, all those big lipstick. And look at that, in 1 day, he generated up to 145 million US dollar of sales. A lot of big brands, no matter you are LV, Gucci, or whatever, you need to use a few months to achieve these sales in a country, not one shop, in a country. Sometimes not even this is the amount. That's why a single individual using online technology, you can crush a lot of company. Imagine he can generate so much sales. So many people trust him. Only whatever he said, bad things is done for your company. And if you don't use him to help you to expand your business, it's done for your business as well. That's why today, if you actually get hold of this opportunity, you can be the key person as well. I will say that. You know why? A lot of people, they say, wow, this is so successful. No, not necessarily. Not all social media platform business can be successful. Look at Expedia, one of the largest online travel agency in the world. People are expanding this in Chinese. In English is global biggest, one of the biggest global online travel agency. They announced that they will shrink 3,000 people employment. That's why they will retrench 3,000 people people in this type of era, if you get rid of what you should be expanding, but they are shrinking. But on the other hand, Amazon, never before, biggest than ever, they are expanding very, very much. 100,000 in position. They need to fill 100,000 more position now. Due to this surge in online orders. One place is collapsing, the other place is rising. What makes people succeed? What makes people can do it? Today you are lucky. I'm going to share to all of you. It's all based on these three things. If you have these three technology, you can either build yourself or partner with people. Number one, you must have a business model that's Industry 4.0. Why I say so? Because because imagine just now the level 11. If you don't have all this, how can you go online? You don't have payment gateway that is secure. You don't have payment gateway that is effective to control all the payment traffic. You have not enough business model to collect people data. The second thing is data. If your business are still using survey form to go out to do market research, how many people can you collect in 1 second? You know, yesterday I go and buy rice cooker. Yes, I buy rice cooker again. I buy rice cooker yesterday in Lazada. Jack Ma company, Lazada. Let me tell you how good is the big data. I go there by Lazada. I only clear 4 rice cooker. I do this experiment. I go one is 99, 150 ringgit, and then 120 ringgit, and then the other one 150 ringgit. Another one is 250 ringgit. I buy a big one. I'm looking for a big one. You know what happened? I close the tab, and then I didn't buy. I close the tab. I go back to Facebook. I refresh. The Facebook advertisement show me a lot of rice cooker from different brands. From Lazada, this is from Lazada, but from different brands, and they show the price range that is from 19 ringgit to 250 ringgit. That's within my budget. You can see people can collect so much database in 1 second and give it to you, and you can know consumer preferences in 1 second immediately. That's why it's very important in this social media currently to have these consumer preferences. If we are still cannot transfer 100% offline to online, you go out there to go how to go out now? Lockdown in a lot of places to go out, takes away from people still run away. 1 meter distance, social distancing. How to give the ball? Impossible. That's why people you give the ball, they run away, still offense later. That's why if you have this, then you are successful. And a lot of people think, oh, never mind. I also go. I use iPad, high tech little bit. Later the not social distancing. You give iPad, people run away. Okay, 1 meter distance you cannot pick up. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now you know consumer preferences now is very important. So you must sell a product that can give it to all consumers, isn't it? So can I ask all of you, do all of you here take Coca-Cola today? Not necessary. Yesterday, I say definitely not everyone take Coca-Cola every day, isn't it? Some people like Starbucks like me, Starbucks. Some people like other drinks. But the thing is, Coca-Cola, no matter you drink or no drink, they are still top 500 companies in the world. Apple. Anyone here use Apple? Not necessary. I use Apple. Some people use Apple, some people use Samsung, Oppo, Huawei, everything. But Apple is still top 20 company in the world. McDonald's, big company, but not everyone take McDonald's. KFC, not everyone take KFC. BMW. You go to the road. In fact, in Malaysia, you go to the road, you see more BMW or see more Honda, Toyota, Perodor, or Proton. The other way, right? Not a lot of people drive BMW. But BMW, biggest brand, one of the biggest brand in the world. What is on par with Mercedes? They're a big brand. How about Zara? Wow, Zara this one legend. You know why? Not everyone wears Zara. Some people like to wear like me wear Uniqlo. This one is Zara. Not all wear Zara. Some people like tailor-made. Some people like to buy other like Uniqlo or Baxon or whatnot. But Zara, just top 500 company in the world. The boss, the founder, the one day, a few years back, become wealthiest man in the world for 1 day. You use or no use, they still so successful. What if today, the product that you have the opportunity to market, no matter crisis, good or bad, you still need to use. Crisis, good or bad, you still have to buy. You still have to buy. You cannot say, oh, today the market not so good. I don't have to buy. Later get sick, they go doctor. Okay? Please, no matter rain or shine, you still have to brush your teeth. If not, you go dentist, spend more money. And today, if you have the opportunity to market detergent, if you market, fantastic. You know why? No matter economy good or bad, people to wash clothes. And when economy is bad, detergent is more important. You know why? Cook one detergent is more important. Because clothes cannot rosak. If the clothes doesn't make it, you have to buy clothes, no money. Economic crisis. That's why. If you have all these kind of top products and healthcare, we have to top supplement. If you really good or bad, people have to go interview. Economy bad, people have to go interview. The face must still look good. The body must still be healthy. So imagine today, people sell all so successful. What if today you sell the product that not a lot of people that everyone need to use every single day, morning and night some more, 2 times a day. You definitely can very this market, your market is very huge. That's why. Okay. I see the comment keep jumping. That's why I want to see the comment for a while. Okay, hi. Alright, so digital, so whatever today this kind of era, no matter what industry you're in, as long as you have a digital technology plus in front, you can see the business can grow very huge globally. Example, digital technology. Wait a minute, digital technology plus retail. We have Lazada, we have Taobao. The digital technology, even plus media. Yeah, YouTube. I didn't add the other one. Netflix. And what else? Digital technology plus finance. This can even threaten banks. Alipay, WeChat Pay for Malaysia, Touch and Go for e-wallet, Grab Pay. Okay, it's digital technology plus taxi. This one definitely a lot of people know. The taxi industry is being threatened. Few years back until today. Grab car, Uber, but all these business, no one of us, we cannot participate. We can only do for them. We cannot participate. You cannot get the wealth from them. You cannot get any profit from them. You only can earn your commission. Alright, so for you to be able to go into this digital technology plus era, you only got 3 choices. You choose. Number 1, you create your own platform, like what Jack Ma did. Spend billions and billions, hundreds of billions dollars, US dollar, or even something up to trillion to invest out a Chen Mao, invest out Alibaba. If you can do it, you let me know. I want to know who are you. I will promote you to my boss. Alright, second, you rent someone else's platform. Alright, you rent someone else's platform. This one you spend millions, under billions, you spend millions, and millions of dollars to partner, to rent someone else's platform. And then you find a lot of agents to help you. This one, if you must rent, no. If you're not paying the rent, you are not the business owner. You don't get any profit. You stop working, you stop your income. That's right. And then if you like WeChat, you only sell not useful. You must rent and then sell. This one is your business. Alright. The third, if you partner with big enterprise to build platform to partner with you, 50-50, easily great. They invest in all technology. You help them do marketing. Whatever you guys accumulate, all the sales, every market revenue, you guys 50-50, profit 50-50. This is the true partnership. This is the true shareholding business. This is the true business. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to share to you only one company as I know today, as a business consultant, as I know today, after investigate, study and research and investigate for 4 years. So what I know now is only Amway. And Amway is already transformed to Amway 2.0. It's no longer only a direct selling company today. Amway has transformed into a digital technological company to support everyone. How? People even transform, doesn't get price, not a good transform. Amway transform, get price. What do we get? We get Tony Accelerate 2019 Digital Innovation Award. For all these apps you can see on the right. You take a picture with your phone. The phone can tell you what your skin problem. Imagine today you got a customer, you want to build market in another country. You haven't fly there. You want to say, my skin, I want to, I want to buy your product. What product do I need? You have to fly there and see her skin. No! You ask them to download this app, take a picture, and whatever the app say they follow by, and it's very accurate, everything they buy works. You don't have to be in that country, you can build the country. You see, Mark Zuckerberg never come to Malaysia. Everyone here got Facebook, right? That's why. This is the country this is the business that we are looking for. And Amway, this transform, has actually got the Oscar type of award. Means it's a top award in business management. Our digital transformation has received this good award. And Amway, we are not competing with all the super brands. The product that we got what? This kind of award, we don't compete with all those small brands. We compete with Google. Wow, you see Google, if their internet, if you press a website, you want to search a website, right? If the Google search and so respond, you will get mara already. You will get very angry. That's why they must be fast. Their digital transform must be very good. Intel, Microsoft, World Bank, later, this technology, they transform not good. They don't get the award, they transform not good. The security problem, people go hack your money. Okay? Boeing, the airplane, if the technology not good, how to communicate if they have no 5G technology? NASA, Bank of America, IBM, Unilever, all these kind of top big brands, and Amway are also one of them. That's why I say if you want to see whether a company is good or not, it's really secure or not, or really secure for the future or not, see how much are they on par with the top company? Okay, with the top company that you know, like Google, Intel, Microsoft, all these. All right, and wait, you not only get award, you only get one award, you get 2 awards. You get gold award in terms of excellence in technological award. Our technology is very, 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 very advanced. And technology advanced are not so important. What important is, can the technology be given to you for you to learn? And we got silver in excellence in learning award. They can teach you how to transform. Imagine you want to transform to be successful, people teach you, people help you. And we got this award as well to help you to transform. That's what, ladies and gentlemen, this is fantastic. And digital economy, and we have transformed. Let me show you proof. Number 1, internet. I believe everyone here know and we got the Amway website. And this Amway website is super. And this website, you go press the website, the word lining like that one, not good. People, if you do that, people can poke out like that, this one is very, very advanced. Like Facebook, if you press this one, can go to that one, you go that one, can do that one. You can check a lot of things, real life things. That is called advanced. And we got all this technology and big data. This is a mentor, Mr. Gu Chongko. And you can see on the iPad. Only use one iPad, they can use the camera, they can know what your skin problem, skin challenges, and very accurate. And because of this big data, we have products that are personalized. Okay? We can see all these masks, they are personalized masks. And we have come with this state analyzer. 30,000 of data. If you're a beautician, one day can meet 5-10 people. Maximum 10 people to know 10 people face. You have this device, every day you go out with 32,000 of skin in your mind. Not in your mind, in your phone also. You don't have to go understand. You don't have the beautician to build beauty market. And you can gel so many technology and blockchain. Wow, I tell you, Amway products are not only original. They are very original. Very. You know why? Original means, you know what? The product is from the company. Means every product for every company. What is very original? Very original is a product. You can scan the QR code. You can track back. Wow, what's the how's the weather when they planted this supplement? What's the seed name? Maybe B123. Got code name. Then what is the weather when they plant this? Where is the farm? Who is the farmer? Who is the scientist that do this? You can find everything. This is what I call super, very original, very safe. And if you have a blockchain, your money won't get lost if you pay. That's why every money very on time. Because of blockchain technology, they can track you straight away. That's why the payment gate is very secure. And then AI, wow, AI very important. You know why? Today, you are good, I know. But today, got AI combine 100,000 of men to help you do business. Fantastic or not? Today, you don't know how to do this. You ask AI. All the elite brain straight away give you information. You want to be failed. Also very difficult. That's why. And then AI, imagine today you follow up your customer very hard. If you want to build a business starting, you have no business background. You're not Jack Ma, you're not Bill Gates. But today AI help you to do so. Help to find out consumer preferences. Send the correct information. You don't need to scan, you say the wrong thing. AI help you to do so. You definitely can be very good at Internet of Things. Oh, you have this one. Imagine in the future, what is Internet of Things? As long as you and your friend connected to Internet, you can be in England, they can be in Malaysia. Half globe difference, you still can press the button. They still can see the product performing in front of their face. You guys are a few 100,000 of kilometers away, and you can still do whatever business thing that you need to do, just by Internet. Okay, that's why you can see we have this here personalized advanced skin analyzer. There's, my sister is a dermatologist. When she see this device, she can choose. Wow, this device very good. Straight away, he is a dermatologist consulting people skincare. He's a dermatologist specialist. I'm a consultant. I consult with skincare. Okay, I consult doctor skincare. Alright, because of this device, you don't need to be a doctor anymore. And we have personalized product. Today, your product a common one. A lot of people use Rosa. You die. Sorry. And then if personalized product, today, your customers give whatever they have problem, you can give them personalized stuff. Imagine, today, no matter what, if you have personalized product, as long as you have personalized product, your skin will surely have 90% of success rate because it's personalized only for you. And every of this technology is patented some more. Alright? And let me show you the potential of this business. In Asia Pacific alone, the 2018 top 3 items that is sold 84.1 billion for health supplement, beauty and personal care, and home care. 41% for health supplement, 39% for beauty and personal care, 30% for home care. Alright, this you know. Alright, let's see in Malaysia. Malaysian population on 2019, latest by 2019 lah, is 32 million people. Oh, okay. Let's say in a family there is 4 person, so we will have 8 million families. I will take a very minimum. Every month our people only spend 400 ringgit. The whole family only spend 400 ringgit per month. Very less, 400 ringgit means one person only spend 100 ringgit. Okay, very few already. Very minimum. That's why I want to let you see the potential. I calculate the least, the most minimum. Every month, 3.2 billion of ringgit is circulating in the world, in Malaysia. How much belongs to you? This one, I ask myself. That's why I turned down a lot of job offers, even though how great are they? If you cannot get hold of this 3.2 billion, whatever you spend it back to your boss. Alright? 3.2 billion. If you are not in the wealth distribution, you won't get any piece of that. Today, a product will definitely have manufacturer. They will give it to main agent and then wholesaler and then to the retailer. They will market all these kind of products. We got bottles, we got vacuum cleaner, we got iron, we got bottles, we got food, we got electrical appliances, we got all these home care products, and they will sell to you, the consumer, and they will be the supplier. If you think, let me know in the chat session, who do you think this 3.2 billion will be distributed to? Is it to consumer, give it back to you, or give it to themselves, supplier? You can write I will give the answer. Supplier. Consumer will get nothing. That's why if you are not in the wealth distribution, whatever you spend it back to your boss. You spend it, no matter how much you spend it, you won't get any single cent back to your pocket. This 3.2 billion, you spend 400 a month, you get nothing. Other than use the product. Okay? But if you choose the right platform, you will be in the wealth distribution. Let's say traditional business, usual retail store, online business platform. Today, manufacturer will produce the product, give it to main agent, import to main agent, and then main agent give it to wholesaler to retailer will give it to you, us consumers. But in the process, they will earn profit. Main agent 5 to 10%, 10 to 50%, 30 to 35%. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to ask all of you, if you want to be an entrepreneur, to have your market, who do you want to be? Manufacturer, main agent, wholesaler, retailer, or only a consumer? I don't know about you, but I want to be everyone. I want to be involved with everyone. So that's why today there's a manufacturer that sell directly and partner directly with a consumer. And they will give you all the profit, main retail profit from the retailer, main agent profit, wholesale bonus, and what else? Shareholder dividend. You give it everything. And this, you can be the manufacturer, be the main agent, be the wholesaler, be the retailer. And as I know today, only one company will do that with you. The name is Amway. Okay? If you find another one, let me know. Joke, but let me know. Alright? So today, Amway give you 12 types of income. But today I will show you only one, which is the performance bonus income. This one. This is performance bonus income. Let me put a shape. They will show you this. They will give you, today I will show only this performance bonus income. Why? Because if I show you everything, first of all, you'll be too confused to sleep tonight. You'll be too excited. Alright? But I will show you this one. If you master this one, you can go everyone. All these products belong to you if you master this one. Alright? So, today no matter who you partner with, ask yourself this question. Who take care of logistics? If you are in if you do for other websites, logistics you take care. You know why? Every time I go post Saju, I want to post some product back to my mother last time, because sometimes my mother asked me to buy something from the shopping mall and send back to Kedah for her. And logistics, every time I go post Saju, a lot of people are bringing the rice set like that to deliver. Take number, wait for a few hours. But every ticket for you. Payment security. Sometimes I don't want to let you know what website but some website if you're the seller, payment security suddenly got lost and your product is shipping on the way. So you lost You cannot call. But Amway make sure the payment is done before they deliver the product. They make sure the payment is done for you. Not you go and make sure, they make sure for you. Payment security is there. And most importantly, this one I'm very proud. Counterfeit product. Who take care? I just bought a product 2 days ago. Power bank. Come to me. The power bank I buy 18 ringgit. Come to me. Fake one. I plug in, the power bank cannot work. That's why I plug out faster. I scared the pecah. Then you will see me today. And Amway, as I said, is not only no counterfeit, it's very original. Very original. Okay? And then factory. No matter what company, you know what website or what online platform you partner with, definitely you must produce or you have to buy a factory to deliver to you. But Amway invest for you. At the end, who owns the market? Everyone. Shopee owns the market, Lazada owns the market. Why? Don't tell me if I want to buy a power bank. I go search. Okay, let me find. I'll go search Alex. The seller Alex. Impossible. You this is power bank. Whoever offer cheapest, you buy. The market doesn't belong to you. In any way, the market belongs to you. They must go through you. But at the end, who take the risk? In no matter what you do, you take the risk. Every take the risk. Every event, every do everything. What you do marketing. You see your role, dividend marketing. Everything, every do R&D, every do manufacturing, every do branding, wholesaling, logistics, warehouse. They do it for you. Order, payment, and then what else? Delivery, after sales, they take care for you. You don't have your role is only to build market, expand market, and everything belongs to you. Every 50-50 share with you. If you can find this market, let me know. As I always say. Alright. That's why. Then what you need to do, you expand market. That's why this business is very suitable for everyone. Nobody you are working, studying or whatnot. You can continue with whatever what. You just have to add on this and you can secure your future. That's why. Because you only need to do marketing. Share it up. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, now you know, wow, this business model so good. The structure so good, the support so good. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you, the money must be good, right? If not money no good, I don't want to do also go work better. So is the money good or not? Today I will show you only one income. You want to know more income? Ask the person that brings you here. So today I will show you the income called performance bonus. This is the performance bonus that calculated by your business volume and percentage. So it's 3 to 31%, 900 to 45,000 ringgit. Alright, I will show you income square. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know this business is a very simple business. But easy or not, easy or difficult, up to you. It depends. But it's very simple business. You know why? You have to use the money to share to your friend, and then your friend share to other people. It's not that easy. Let me tell you how easy is it. Today you go and watch Avengers Endgame. Tony Stark die. Come out, cannot do spoilers. You put spoilers, people kill you. That's why you must. Cannot say. Then you crying. And then we tell you like, go, you must watch this Endgame lah. No people die. Then you cry. And then people go and watch. Then people come out cry more. But then go and watch and go watch. This is called you share the ticket. You just have to feel it and share it. Alright? And this I would like to share to you the 5 value of this business. Number 1, this is entirely your own business. Why I say so? Today, how much you want to sell, you decide. No quota, no nothing, you decide. You want to sell more, sell less, as much as you want. But today I will give you an example, just an illustration purpose. I will say 3,000. And this is your own business. No people can limit you. Not even Amway can limit you. How many people you must sell to? You can sell to 10%, 12 ringgit. You can sell to 20%, 150 ringgit. Okay, so you sell 3,000, let's say 6%, you'll get 180. So first step, 6%, 180. So today you want to expand your business. Okay, you expand. Alright, if you want to expand, nobody can stop you. You want to build how many also can. You want to build how less also can. Some people want to build 10, go. But let's say today, 1 month you only can find 1. Because you are still learning. You find 1, 4 months, 4. A, B, C, D, let's name them. Okay, and today, let's say you find they want to partner with you, and you partner with them together. So A also do the same as you just as I said, just an example. A, B, C, D all sell 3,000 just like the same as you. Okay, so your group total today A, B, C, D, and you 3,000 each. You'll be 15,000 for your total whole group sales. Okay, and today your group total percentage will be 12%, and your group income will be 1,800. So ladies and gentlemen, can I ask all of you how to split this fairly so you calculate in your own mind? Today you can take the whole thing, 1,800, it will not be fair for A, B, C, D because they find the market, they find the customer. So it's not fair for them. How about you very normal, you give all to them. Very not fair to you. You do more, you get nothing. From God, something to nothing straight away. How about split by 5? This one very equal. Some people think very fair. What if? But today you are helping them, you are guiding them, you are partnering with them, you are teaching them how to find people, how to talk to people, how to be a good partner. You are doing more work, but you get same money. Not fair. So the fair way is that when you do 3,000, you get 180. So when A, B, C, D also do 3,000, they also get 180. So they get 180. You minus theirs out, you get 1,080. This you take. This is a very fair. People get what they supposed to get. You get what you're supposed to get. This is the most fair thing. So the second value is a fair business. And the third value I would like to share to all of you is that when A asks you, wow, this product only you share order and then get 1,080 wow, and then your product all free lah. Yeah lah, my household all free. So can you teach me? You teach him definitely. Because this business is a people helping people business. That's why if let's say today, I'll give you an example only. Let's say A, B, C, D also do the same because they learn from you, also find 4. They can find more, but let's say they only find 4. Each of them will sell 3,000. So the total will be what? 15,000 times 12%, just like you just now, 1,800. Okay? So A today, A 15,000, B 15,000, C 15,000, D 15,000. It will be 60,000. Alright? Plus you only still doing what you want to do. 3,000 only. Okay? 3,000. So you're not 21%. 13230. You give them back what they supposed to get, and you will get 6,030. And 6,030, it can cover a lot of income. Some of the big company assistant manager, I don't want to say what company now. Okay, some of the big company assistant manager, you only get 6,000 a month. Very big company, top in the world some more. Okay, you only get 6,000 per month. They get today, you only share, you get 6,000. But I'm not comparing. Okay, I'm not comparing business or business stuff. But today, it's not about how much you get. It's about how much you can get if you build more. This is a very, very, very huge business. A lot of people ask me, how good is Amway? When you give us so good opportunity to go to Amway, then you know what I answer them? I don't know. I really don't know how huge is Amway, because today you find A, B, C, D. Only 4 people you partner with 4 people you get 6,330. You open 4 market. Or today you open 10 market. How about 20 market? Okay, today you only help B to build that find their partner. What if you help another generation, 10 generation, 20, go to 30, 500. Nobody can control you, your own business. Imagine how big is it? That's why I put the word on the box there, imagine. Okay, and the fifth, how big you earn, important, yes. But how long you can earn it, more important. The security, the immunity of your income. It is a very immune secure business. You know why? As long as your business is building, as long as the market is still buying, even if you die tomorrow, touch wood, your children or whoever you want to give to, and we will still pass. And today we are dealing with all fast-moving consumer goods. No matter rain or shine, no matter economic crisis or not, no matter COVID-19, people still need to brush their teeth, wash their clothes, eat supplement, take care of their health. They just need to do all that. Okay? They need to mop their floor. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, can see the money is so good. Business model good. Company good. What if today I tell you, the support system also very, very good. CA Success Associate, these are all the successful people that have been built up by our mentor and founder of CA, Founder Scrum Ambassador, Mr. Ku Chong Ko and Tracy Tan. Because of them, of founded this system, of coming to 40 years of proven system, you can see so many people succeed. The whole staircase. Alright? So many people succeed. That's what, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I give out so much to do this business is because to partner with the company, to partner with CA is because I want to fail also susah, also very, very difficult. And all this is good, very important. But if your product no good, don't need to do. If product no good, no matter what you do also, cannot succeed. Nobody want to buy. Buy and then go and harm people. Okay? So we have our beauty brand. You see, beauty brand, we are top 5 premium brand in the whole world. And we are on par with Clinique, Lancome, Estée Lauder, Chanel. Sometimes if not better. Okay? We are in 53 countries. We have 135 plus patents. And we have our own manufacturing, research and development and planting process. And we exceed FDA standards. A lot of people just meet FDA standards. We exceed. That's why we are one of the most qualified premium brands. Alright? And our nutrition, supplements. A lot of supplements eat and then people got rashes and go hospital sensitive. Okay? But in Amway Nutrilite, we have 80 years of history. And you see this. For 8 years, China chose Nutrilite as their only sponsor, only supplement for all the Olympic teams. Imagine today they want to get champion one or they find some brand, then because of money, then all the how to get number 1. Okay? And our home care is endorsed by a government agency, Government of Singapore. Okay, one of the most fair, one of the most clean government in the world. And China is endorsing, even during this COVID-19, they only allow Amway factory to work, to generate and Malaysia, and look at how much company and contribution. And if Amway product is no good, if Amway air purifier is no good, Ministry of Health of Malaysia, one of the top Ministry of Health in the whole world, will they accept our donation? Never. And they because I got a few downlines, in a few partners in Sungei receiving treatment for COVID-19. You can, when my friend goes there, she told me that the whole Sungei the whole pathway is atmosphere, Amway air purifier. Imagine if today, if product no good, will our government use that? Wait, Malaysia is one of the most successful country in controlling and handling COVID-19. Alright? So ladies and gentlemen, not everything is so good. What I tell you, this business will not only give you income, really, health, wealth, freedom, and security. You can also achieve a life goal and dreams. All these you can achieve. Alright? And ladies and gentlemen, my last advice to all of you. If you think this opportunity is an amazing opportunity and you are not sure whether you can do it or not, you say yes first. Learn how to do it later. Say yes, not to decide to partner straight away. To say yes to yourself, to learn more. Ask the person that brings you here. How can you know more about this business? Because I'm not here to ask you to do the business. I'm here to give you an opportunity to learn about the market on how you can actually find a way. To be an entrepreneur, it's not deciding yes or no. It's about deciding why you say yes and why you say no. The reason is the one that makes successful. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. I shall wish all of you please stay safe and stay healthy in this pandemic. And I'll pass the spotlight back to our MC, Mr. CAAdeline. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. David Su, for your wonderful sharing. So from his sharing, we can see that there is a very huge potential in Amway business, especially the trend is moving toward digital evolution. So I hereby wish every one of you should look into this business opportunity in another perspective, as Amway has already transformed into Amway 2.0. At this stage, a lot of people must be curious. Yes, Amway provides a very good earning potential, but what is actually Amway stand for? What is actually the background? And what is the specialty of the products that make Amway so special and unique today? So without any further ado, let's welcome the overview video of the Amway Corporation. Let's welcome the video.
Hi, I'm Doug DeVos. My father, Rich DeVos, along with his best friend, Jay Van Andel, started Amway more than 50 years ago with a simple plan: to provide people with an opportunity to achieve success. Today, with hard work and dedication, the Amway business opportunity allows people to achieve economic freedom and personal success for themselves. We're having a great time building this business, so why don't you come join us?
research scientist that studies antioxidants. Have you seen an apple turn soft and brown? If so, you've witnessed free radical damage firsthand. And similar to apples, free radicals also weaken the support in skin, creating visible lines and wrinkles. Luckily, vitamin C is a wrinkle-fighting superstar with powerful antioxidants to strengthen the skin. I'm going to show you how Artistry Advanced Vitamin C plus HA treatment uses vitamin C and hyaluronic acid to help fade expression lines and boost antioxidant protection. Let me show you how with this apple. Over time, the apple's appearance will change when exposed to air. But today, I'm going to speed up the process by covering the entire apple with iodine, a natural oxidizer. See how the apple becomes brown? That's from free radical damage. In skin, free radicals contribute to aging. Now I'll put the treatment on one side of the apple and leave the other side untouched. The untreated side stays brown, but the treated side of the apple is restored and hydrated. This is because the vitamin C helps repair the damage while the HA plumps. And the treatment can do the same for your skin. Now watch as I reapply the iodine to the area of the apple protected by the treatment. The apple is prevented from further damage, and the treatment will safeguard your skin too. Artistry Advanced Vitamin C plus HA treatment gives skin the support it needs to fight wrinkle-causing free radicals for a refreshed, plump, and more youthful look. Apply this treatment after your toner and before your serum to see the results for yourself.
From the video, we can see that Amway Corporation has been founded for more than 60 years, since 1959, and with the mission to provide people with an opportunity to achieve success. So what a wonderful company to be associated with. So at this stage, a lot of people must be wondering or have the perception that Amway business is only suitable for those who is unemployed, no education background, or have a lot of spare time after retirement. So for tonight's event, we are very privileged to have our last speaker who have built this business successfully to share with us what value he saw in this business that made him to be so committed today. So before I introduce him up on the screen, let me share with you his biography. At the age of 26, he was appointed as head of sales and marketing in one of the largest IT publications in Europe. With his capability and dedication in his job, at the age of 31, he was headhunted to be the senior manager and second man in Malaysia market in one of the largest international media company in Southeast Asia. A lot of people must be wondering, what are the values he saw in this business that enlightened him to choose Amway business as his lifetime career, even though today he is holding a very high position in his corporate world. So without any further ado, let us welcome Mr. Lai Kok Wai. Let's welcome Mr. Lai.
Hello. Hi everyone.
Speaking.
Let me share my slide first.
Papa speaking.
Okay. Thank you MC Mr. Alex Lai for the generous introduction. Hello everyone. It's my great pleasure seeing all of you here in Zoom. I'm very sure tonight all of you has been exposed to this wonderful Amway opportunity. I believe that you're excited about this Amway business opportunity because I'm very confident that this opportunity can be a great solution to many of us. Nevertheless, I was one of them who was against people doing this business in the beginning because lack of understanding. I didn't see the value at first. I thought this business opportunity is for people who has no other option in life. It was until when I was invited by Mr. Ng Chai Hock to meet my mentor, Mr. Koh Chong Kok, It was only then I see this business in a different perspective. All of us are working hard for a purpose. This purpose has given us the drive to overcome all obstacles so that we could have a better life. Likewise, I was also like you. After coming up from college, I was searching for a job and looking for opportunities to achieve new horizons in my life. I was naive when I was first fresh in the market, thinking that everything will go according to my plan after college. What seems to be a perfect path, it may not be as what it was planned. Before I share the values I saw in Amway, let me share a bit of my background. I was born in a humble environment. My dad was a technician and my mother was a government servant. I have a younger sister who is now an auditor. Things were quite tough when I was young, as my parents' earning was below the middle class. Every family spending was carefully planned. I saw how my parents struggled through the years to make ends meet. At my early days, my mom always advised me that the only way to succeed in life is to study hard and get a good grade so that I could join a successful corporation to have a better life. I followed her advice seriously, as she is the only role model for me to follow. I studied hard until I had the opportunity to enter one of the prestigious schools in Malaysia, Victoria Institution, or known as VI. In VI, I was actively involved in the school cadet band, and it was compulsory for the students to join a uniform group. I learned my leadership skills through the years. In the school band, I was selected to be the leader and drum major in the band. We have won many major band competitions locally and representing Malaysia in international band competition. Thanks to the leadership, it has helped me in my later days in corporate position. When I left VI, I did my business degree in Health Institute. Now it's called Health University. I was majoring in economics and supposed to complete my final year degree in Southern Queensland, Australia. I didn't have the opportunity to finish my degree back then due to lack of funds. My dad retired on my final year degree and couldn't afford to pay for my tuition fee. When I did a calculation with my mom, my dad needed to spend all his retirement funds to pay for my fees. I decided to stop studying and came out to work. Back in those days, we don't have the privilege to get PTPTN or study loan as compared to now. The whole family commitment was on my shoulders then, as my mom was not earning that much. I started working in some of the major publications locally and internationally. I worked very hard to support my family. Things were smooth in the first few years until the financial crisis hit badly on Asian market in 97-98, where many corporations were laying off their employees. I thought that my position was quite secure until one morning on 25th November 1998, everyone was called back to the office to have an urgent meeting. The board of directors came and announced they will close the publications with immediate effect. They can't cope with the financial downturn as the parent company was not doing well. We were under a public listed company and the parent company was making great losses. I was stunned at that moment as I just bought a double-story house a year ago and I was paying my progressive payment to the developer. I was thinking, where on earth I could find the money to pay for my upcoming progressive payment. I didn't say a single word after the meeting with the directors. I drove my car to Hilltop and started wondering what my future would be like. Times were tough the next 6 months as I didn't have the money to pay for my monthly car installment and keep worrying about the progressive payment to the developer. I've come for many interviews and it was very hard to get a job. Finally, I got a job 6 months later with a 20% pay cut. I have no other options than to receive whatever salary people had to offer. I worked very hard until I was headhunted to be head of sales in marketing in one of the German-Singaporean joint venture publications until I became a senior manager in one of the biggest media houses in Southeast Asia at the age of 31. Though things were getting better, I found something missing in my life. I realized that security and freedom play an important part in my life as we may age as years gone by. As the old proverb said, when the student is ready, the master will appear. It was until I had the opportunity to meet Mr. Fu Chong Kok at MHQ one fine day, through the arrangement of my up and support team member, Mr. Ng Chai Hok. In that meeting, Mr. Cook enlightened me that if we can help other people build their dreams, we should work harder to build our dreams too. After the session with him, I started to think, what are my dreams? I begin to visualize what my future will be when I am successful as Mr. Cook. However, though I was excited, I was afraid too, because I've never done any form of so-called direct selling. Out of curiosity, I did my own research about the overall Amway company. To my surprise, I found out that this company never break their promises to the business partners, and more surprisingly is that this company is debt-free and recession-proof. I feel very excited when I attended Amway events to understand about the Amway business opportunity. I can see light in the dark tunnel. My hope to gain uncommon freedom and true security can be achieved through this wonderful Amway opportunity. My belief started to grow, and I started to put a step at a time. If you were to ask me whether this business is easy, I can tell you the truth. It is not easy, but it can be done. Success won't come easy. If it is easy, then it's not worth the effort. In fact, nothing in this world is easy, right? This pandemic that we are dealing is something that we have never experienced. The economic world is shaken. People are unable to go to work. Our social lives are shaken and haven't stayed apart. With all the fear and uncertainties, many people's emotional well-being is shaken. In life, we all have these times when things shake us to our core. All these stabilities that we used to, the finances that we're counting on, is no longer there. It is easy to get discouraged and know why it happened. Here is the key. The pandemic or economic recession is not here to stop you. It is here to shift you. If you keep the right attitude, that challenges will shift you into a great wake-up call to look into other opportunities. Without the door closing, we will never get out of the comfort zone. We may not like it as this pandemic is forcing us to change. It is forcing us to grow. If everything kept going along as it is, we will never reach our potential. Stay open for something new. Don't go back to the same way you used to do things. You are at the verge of something better than you ever imagined. What I thought should be a bad break back then when I got retrenched, it was really setting me up for this new level. The retrenching in 1998 wasn't there to stop me. Instead, it shifted me to look into other alternatives. Instead of relying on one source of income, it leads me into increase, into promotion, into talent that I didn't know I had through this Amway business opportunity. I learned when one door closes, if you stay in faith towards your dream, God will open a bigger and better door. There's a place of victory, a place of abundance that will be prepared for you. Many times, the great setback precedes great favors. Great difficulties precede great promotion. Great opposition precede great influence. If you could see the value of this Amway business, you won't be stressed over whatever life challenges, complaining about the trouble, upset over the setback. When you realize this business is taking you to achieve your dreams, a place you're going to flourish, do things you never dreamed, see breakthroughs, you'll be thankful that you're actively building this business. You may have gone through things that may cause you great pain, great disappointment, great loss. You could be bitter if discouraged, but that's not how your story ends. Great joy is coming when you give yourself the opportunity to be involved in the Amway business. In this pandemic situation, this business is shifting us to a new level that can allow us to have a secure life. When you give yourself an opportunity to understand this business in depth, the best days of your life are still out in front of you. I've learned in these times of uncertainties, God will always give the grace we need. When I was retrenched in 1998, all these thoughts flooded my mind. What my future be like? What will happen to my family welfare since I'm the only son? What if my career didn't make it? who is going to take care of my family? In the middle of all that turmoil, with so much of uncertainties, I felt the peace like I now felt, something that I can't explain. Even though I was in a mess, I didn't get depressed. I didn't fall apart. I know deep down that God was still in control. What I did know at the time was retrenchment was about to shift me. I would never dream I would become an Amway entrepreneur. I would never want to approach your self-products to people. But when I was entrenched, suddenly I had the desire to look into other alternatives. I started to look around for alternatives to achieve my lifetime goals. Apparently, I didn't think that I could do the Amway business. I didn't know how to approach people. I was afraid, intimidated, but I thought I have not come into the end of my life and not knowing what had happened if I did not take the step of faith. Some opportunities don't pass by the second time. Out of that challenging times came talent I didn't know I had. I was pushed from behind the scene, from holding a senior manager position in one of the largest media companies in Southeast Asia into becoming an Amway business owner. I started to build my Amway business seriously. It is significant that my flourishing time came out of a shaky season when there were uncertainties. Looked like nothing good is going to happen. When in fact, that shaky season is to shift us, to get us into position, to flourish and bless us in new ways. My Amway business started to grow, and I'm grateful that I achieved some of my dreams. I see many of my young leaders in my team lead their business successfully too. Their background is from IT specialists, chartered accountants, engineer, food scientists, lawyers, and psychologists. One thing that I really admire about this business is that people who has less education or no education are also given the equal opportunity to succeed too. As long as we have big dreams and willing to work hard, Amway gives the equal opportunity to make our dreams come true. That's one of my ultimate goals in life, that I'm able to help more people live better lives. Another significant achievement that I achieved through this Amway business is that I could be a full-time father to my son, Isaac. I have the opportunity to send him to school and fetching him every single day. I'm grateful that I don't have to apply any annual leave to bring my family to yearly vacation. I may not have the corporate recognition I used to have previously. Nevertheless, I have the freedom to spend time with my family. It is one of my dreams to travel to Hokkaido, Japan with my family, and I'm grateful that I fulfilled this dream recently. That is the greatest gift that God has blessed me through this wonderful Amway business opportunity, and I will treasure it from the bottom of my heart. That's what we are now. Things are shaky, uncertain, and we have never seen this before. All these questions arise. When will I get back to normal? What about my finances? How is all going to work out? We don't see anything positive, but in this uncertain time, this can be a great wake-up call. It looks like a setback, but this is really a setup to realize our dreams. We are going to come into new opportunity. Doors were not open before, are going to open for you. Part of this slowdown is an opportunity to draw us closer to our dreams. One thing, this virus showed us how little control we had. With all the medical and technology advances we had over the last years, but this one virus, this is seemingly one small virus, has shut down the whole world. If we put our trust in our active income, they could go down unexpectedly. If we put our trust in our job, it can suddenly change. That's why it is so important to have a business that provides us true security. And yes, we appreciate the company we work for. We are grateful to have that income each month, but that is not our source of true security. I believe the true source of security is owning our own business that can last. That's what every business could provide to us. When we have a strong Amway business, we are going to prosper even in challenging circumstances. I strongly believe that Amway is a vehicle to help us to reach where we want to go. There may be other vehicles too, but for me, Amway is the best and only vehicle to reach my dreams. I am just an ordinary person with strong desire to achieve my dreams. I pray that you give yourself a chance to understand more about this business opportunity, and when you start involving, you can make a difference in your life. Amway business opportunity has changed many lives for the better, and it has changed mine too. It can be a great opportunity for you. 1,000 miles begins with the first step. When you build this business a step at a time, you build your self-confidence to go further. You will never know what you can accomplish until you really try. When you do that, I believe and declare things will shift to a new level. Dreams are coming true, and our lives will change for the better. I wish you the best of everything. I believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. I pass it to the MC, Mr. Alex Lai. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you, Mr. Lai Kok Wai, for your wonderful sharing. And also thank you to all the panel speakers, Ms. Christine Pang and Mr. David Su. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is important for us to realize that we have no control over the next crisis, whether big or small from happening. If today we take all the speaker word of advice and truly listen to what they share with us from the bottom of their heart to build Amway business now, we can then build immunity to the next crisis. As we know that alphabet O stands for opportunity, which absent in yesterday, available in today, and thrives in tomorrow. So let's get hold of this wonderful business opportunity to create a more secure and wonderful life for yourself and your family. And with that, our meeting has come to a perfect ending. I wish everyone all the very best. Stay healthy, stay safe. We're looking forward to seeing you in the near future. Bye-bye. Thank you.